Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Journey with James podcast. I am James, of course, and I've always say this. I love saying this. It's a staple. I'm elated and glad that you guys have took the time to listen or even watch this podcast. It is not by accident that you're here. I pray that it's going to encourage and motivate and inspire your life, and I don't take it for granted. I'm thankful for you guys because you could be doing anything else, but you're deciding to either listen, watch, or watch and listen this podcast. This is the Journey with James podcast, season 3, episode number 8. Let's see, can I do this? That's 8. So on this particular episode, I just want to say there's something I have come across that has been very good lesson for me. And I think it has something to do with my childhood of always being, I guess you can say, feelings of rejection. And so sometimes when we get those feelings of rejection, it can go into an adulthood. And oh my goodness, it feels good to grow and to understand this. And that's this. Everybody is not out to hurt you. Everybody's not out to do you any harm. And everybody's not talking about you either. A lot of times we can go through things. We have things going on in our lives, and we automatically feel like, oh, just because this happened, they don't like me. Just because that happened, they're talking about me. And I said it a lot for my marriage, going through this divorce. I used to say, you know what? I'm sure this and that person may not like me. This and that person feels like I'm the worst person in the world. This and that person says this and that. And, I don't talk about that much. So I'm being transparent with you guys. And so they used to race my mind, and it used to concern me. It used to worry me. It used to bother me. I can assure you it doesn't bother me anymore. Thank the Lord for that, because I realized something in that is that what people have to say about me is really none of my business. But also, some people are not even talking about it. They ain't thinking about me. They're not talking about me. They're not feeling a way about me. But it's my perception, is what I feel, because I automatically think some people are rejecting me. And that's just a honest statement there. And the good thing is, I've grown through that. I've grown to enough where I realize that it's not the case. Thank God for growth. I always tell people, growth takes courage. That's my motto, the motto that I follow in my life. And I am courageous in all the things that I'm doing in my life. I'm courageous to step forward and grow and admit where I need to grow in. Because when you do that, you're going to become the best version of yourself. Nobody can hold you down. They can say things, oh, you always get defensive and different things like that. But they're concentrating on how you used to be. All the while, you're not even defensive at all. Not one bit. But I've learned to let people think what they want to think. But I also learned, I'll say this again, that everybody is not out to get me. Everybody's not out to talk about me and different things like that. Because at the end of the day, marriages fail. Other things fail, not just marriages, but other things fail in people's lives. And it's not the end of the world. There's a God that is still there, and there's life ahead of you. And so I understand that. I understand it to a point where I get it. And it's going to be all right. And so for all you guys out here, all you ladies and gentlemen who may be dealing with that, who have dealt with that, where you feel like everybody's out to get you, or you felt like, they're talking about me and they're talking about this and that because of something, something failed in your life, and, you're feeling less than. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you now, don't let the enemy play with your mind like you played with mine. Understand that, hey, life happens, things happen, but understand as well that everybody's not out to get you, okay? And now let's just say this here. If they're out to get you, or, they're talking about you and different things like that, just understand it really isn't in your business. Let them talk. Let them say whatever they have to say, because at the end of the day, it's just you and God. And God knows, God understands, God knows exactly what the whole situation is. And how you try to do things and go about things. So you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that at all. Let them talk if that's the case. But get that off your mind that everybody's talking about you, okay? That's simply what I want to say today. Simple and to the point. Everything I go through, I try to talk about it and get it out so it can help somebody else, because I know it's billions and billions of people in this world. And it's somebody who's been through that like I have. And you can't tell me nothing. I know good in the Wales, at least one person. And I always say, if I can just touch one, that's enough for me because I've done my job. I'm being obedient by being transparent. That's my ministry. That's my gifting that God's given me in order to be an encourager, to be a motivator and an inspirer to you guys. And take some of my misery that I had and it becomes my ministry. And so that is the case there. So I hope you guys are enjoying your break. Some of you are on a Christmas break. I hope you're enjoying that with your family and your friends, and that you're just taking life for what it is and enjoying life for what it is. Because yes, life is nothing but a vapor. It really is. You can be here today and gone tomorrow. As I've grown older and older, I see this more and more. It's like the older I get, the more I see it. Like it's just a vapor. So please, YOLO, they say you only live once. Enjoy your life for what it is. Enjoy it. Don't get so tied down with things that I wish I had this. I wish I had that. I wish if this happened, if that happened. Focus on being grateful for what you have now. Focus on where you are now, because when you focus on gratefulness now and where you are, God's going to bless you with more. But you got to be focused on being grateful now and have faith and take care of what you have before you. And then God's going to bless you. You got to be patient and you have to trust him. But if you're not grateful for what you have and you don't make good use of what you have, then what's the point? You're not enjoying life. Enjoy it for what it is. Hey, you may got that beat up car, but guess what? You're driving. You better make the most out of it and be grateful that you're driving because, you could be walking. I remember a time I had shared a story that I used to walk to college, to my school in Norfolk. I was a student at Norfolk State University for my bachelor's degree. And for a time, I believe my whole entire freshman year, I had to catch a bus. And in order to catch the city bus, I had to catch two city buses, actually, from where I am to Norfolk. And in order to catch the bus, I had to walk a few miles just to get to the bus stop. And you're talking about somebody that was frustrated with that. But I kept going. And I said, thank you, Lord, that I'm able to even walk to get to this place. Sometimes the rain will fall on me and different things like that. So those things that you go through, having those situations, it makes you more grateful for even bigger things when God bless you with something even bigger. And so what happened is I ended up getting my first car, but the car was the same age as me. It was a 1983 Datsun Maximum. Datsun, they call it Nissan now, but I think I said it wrong. I think I said it right. It's DATSUN, Datsun Maximum. And it's the same age as me. I was proud of that car. It was raggedy and toe down, but I was happy because it was still driving. It was getting me to and fro. And I had to think back how far I've come. And I thought back at the times I had to walk. And there's nothing, so be thankful for those things. The car died and within 3 months, I believe, but I didn't pay but like $300 for it. And then I went back to walking for a while, but it made me grateful for the next and got my next car and the next car. And so you just got to be grateful for where you are. If you walk, you walk. Hey, you got legs to walk, but I did it. And I know that through the things that we go through and through the things that we may wish we want, we just need to be grateful for what we have at the beginning and where you are in your present. And that's just important. Okay. Well, I hope you guys have been encouraged, motivated, and inspired on this edition of The Journey with James, episode 8. Remember, you can follow me at journeywithjames.net. The network is going to get bigger and bigger, so stay tuned for that. But you can always go there to find out what I'm doing. I will try my best to update it more, especially since I'm out of school for a little while until the new year. We'll definitely try to update as much more before it gets busy again with life. But just know that the Journey with James Network is not going anywhere. It's always here. And if you want to get some laughter, you want to see a real friendship, a real good friendship, you can check out the Young and the Beardless podcast with one of my best friends, George. We are like this. And I'm going to tell you, we've had our problems where we thought we won't have a friendship anymore, but it came with, we gave each other grace and we gave each other understanding, and we talked that thing out. We are better and we're closer than we ever have been. And so if you want to see that dynamic and that transparency and the silliness that we have, if you want a little bit of comedy, you're going to get that. The slogan for that particular program is a little bit of humor, a little bit of seriousness, but a whole lot of heart. We love people. We have big hearts, but we are goofy. We have fun together. What you see is natural. How we act is natural on that camera. It's not no show, not a show at all. When we're off the camera, we're the same exact way. And so you get to get a glimpse into our lives. So we get a glimpse into our lives. We play a game on every episode. And then we talk about a trending topic, something that's serious, and give our opinion on it in hopes that it will help you guys as well. So join me there too if you want to check out that Journey with James podcast, and then check out the Young and the Beardless podcast as well with George and I. Okay, God bless you guys. Thank you for joining me, and I'll talk to you again on the next edition of the Journey with James podcast, season 3.